Our favorite Nintendo Switch controller just got a sequel. Let's take a look at 8BitDo's Ultimate 2 Bluetooth controller. Welcome to It Came From a Box. This is Sergio AM, and I'm extremely excited for this controller, even though I'm losing my voice. In our recent massive controller hauled episode that included our top 10 favorite Switch controllers, the original Ultimate controller landed at number 1, so obviously I'm expecting this one to take the crown. Now, they previously released a version of it for PC, but this is the one I've been waiting for. You can get it blacked out, or in this white with black buttons and sticks, which looks really slick. In the box, you get a quick start guide, 3.3-foot USB-A to USB-C cable. Next is the charging dock, with the included wireless adapter in this bottom compartment, and the controller itself. At first glance, it looks almost identical to the original. Build quality and construction is stellar. It's very solid and nothing feels loose or janky. It's got the same organic, rounded shape that just wraps around your hand, but I did notice that the textured grip is slightly less pronounced, less grippy. If you're new to it, the ergonomics are like a more linear Xbox controller that feels just as good in hand, but it's slightly smaller, which makes every input easily accessible. It's compatible with the Switch and PC. It's not yet confirmed to be compatible with the Nintendo Switch 2, but I don't see why it wouldn't be, and I'll confirm once we get our hands on it. It has the same 1000 milliamp battery, which should give you 20 to 30 hours of use on a single charge, while remaining pretty lightweight. It's wireless via Bluetooth 5.0, or 2.4 gigahertz using the USB adapter housed in that charging dock, which, by the way, is now USB-C. And yes, you can use it wired so you can charge and play with little to no noticeable latency. In fact, it has a crazy 1000 Hz polling rate, which makes it incredibly responsive with only 3 to 7 millisecond input latency. Let's talk buttons and sticks. This time, they pulled an Oprah with micro switches and just handed them out to everything on here, except, oddly enough, for the face buttons. Starting in the middle, as you'd expect, we have our minus, plus, profile button, and our home button, which is also the 8BitDo heart button, along with a star button for mapping and all those other settings on there. And we also now get a dedicated capture button, something missing from the previous version. The glossy rounded face buttons are in the Nintendo layout, which is the difference between the last Ultimate controller, which is very similar, so don't confuse them. They're firm with the same responsive springiness to them, and the actuation feels great. They feel identical to the original. Up top, the shoulder buttons work well all throughout the button with a very satisfying clicky feedback. The triggers also got a big update, and with these switches on the back, no, they're not trigger locks, they're mode switches, so you can swap between either linear Hall effect triggers with a medium travel distance for analog control, or tactile clicky triggers with a short travel distance for quick actuation. Best of both worlds, but remember, the Switch doesn't support analog triggers, so that feature's pretty much exclusive to PC. Then we have these new remappable and tactile L4 and R4 buttons off the side. I was worried about their placement at first, but it actually works really well. They're easy to reach and stick out just enough to avoid accidental inputs. Love these. On the lower back, we have the wireless mode switch, and we have the remappable paddles, which are just about the same as the original. They're tactile and easy to actuate. I also love both its location and shape, which lands right where your fingers naturally rest. Back to the front, the D-pad also got an upgrade. It's still in that classic design, but it's now a bit softer in use with a better pivot, and it's tactile, which gives you that nice feedback. So far, it's been very accurate with no noticeable missed or incorrect inputs. The analog sticks have the same grippy design, and they're buttery smooth with just the right amount of tension, and they click in easily. Underneath, you'll notice that they now have these metal joystick rings to help prevent them from wearing down. And this time around, they use new anti-drift TMR sensors. They're similar to Hall effect joysticks, but more accurate and power efficient. They work well, I like them, but as with most controllers these days, I did notice a bit of snapback that, at least in my experience, even though it does register the overshoot, it doesn't seem to noticeably translate in-game, so I don't think it's something that most users will even realize. Now, we do have a few additional features. Starting with the basics, as you'd expect, we have accurate motion controls and standard rumble that this time around is stronger but well-tuned. Then we have turbo mode, along with an auto fire, but it only activates through the shortcut. you can't seem to set it to the button. Hopefully that can be fixed with a firmware update. Next, with shortcuts, you can remap those extra buttons on the fly to any other on here. And thankfully, they even kept Wake to Shake, which is an odd, quirky feature that I do love. Next, the dock is also the same as before. It's powered via USB-C and charges the controller via these contact pins. It's held in place thanks to this grippy rubber ring underneath, and it also has a charging indicator LED bar. But it goes further with that 2.4 GHz wireless adapter inside. It's not just a storage slot, it's actually a pass-through connection, so when you plug the dock into the Switch or PC, it can both charge the controller and wirelessly connect using that 2.4 GHz adapter, all through a single USB-C port. Then, we also get RGB lighting on the analog stick rings. It seems pretty high quality, and it even bounces off the reflective parts of the analog stick, which looks great. It has 3 adjustable modes. Light tracing mode, which interacts with your inputs. This one's my personal favorite. Fire ring mode that has this rotating ring of light. And rainbow ring mode, which seems to be just a solid color. With the start button and D-pad, you can adjust things like color, brightness, and speed. And for those wondering, yes, you can just turn it off. Finally, for those who want to fine-tune it, we have their new Ultimate Software V2. On here, you can upgrade firmware, remap buttons, adjust the analog sticks, triggers, and vibration. You can also customize the RGB lighting, and we now have macro recording, but at least for now, it's pretty basic. So you can record your entire input, and then you can delete or rearrange inputs, but you can't change them afterward. Then you can map those macros to just about any button. When you're done, you can save all these settings, tweaks, and adjustments to profiles, which you can assign and swap between with that profile button. So to keep it short, if you love the original, you'll love this one even more. No, it's not perfect. I have a few nitpicks. The snapback may be a big issue for some of you, but there's no real deal breakers for me personally. On the opposite side of things, I love the addition of those extra buttons. The trigger modes are great, and the micro switches are so satisfying to use. I just love micro switches. They're also not that loud. But most importantly, it just all comes together and it feels right in hand. It's hard to describe, but if you get it, you get it. So at least for me, the pros easily outweigh the cons. Now, I normally don't bring up price because it tends to fluctuate, but in this case, I feel I need to. Here in the States, it has an MSRP of $69.99. And these days, where games are going for $80, that's just bonkers considering how much you get here. Compared to first-party controllers, it has much more features, it's more versatile, and it even includes a dock along with a 2.4 GHz adapter that's probably $15 to $20. So before I completely lose my voice, I'm going to hand it off to you guys. Let me know what you think of it down in the comments, along with any questions you may have. Also, if you're looking to pick one up and want to support us at the same time, please check out the affiliate links in the description below. Once again, this is Sergio AM. Thanks for liking and subscribing, and I'll see you for the next box. If you like this video and want to help us out, click that thumbs up button and leave a comment below so we can talk. Now, if you want to go further, subscribe and ding the bell to stay notified whenever we post a new video. You made it to the end, and I just want you to know that you are the reason we do what we do. This is Sergio AM, and I'll see you for the next box.